Hello and welcome to UNK Outdoor Adventures. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the MSR Wind Pro 2. This is going to be a canister stove, which means it's going to be taking a little isopropyl canister right here. Nozzle looks something like that. For how to use this stove, all three of the wings right here, the pot stands, are going to go ahead and fold out just like so. After that's out, if your adjuster right here is bent in, go ahead and just bend it out. At this point, what you're going to do is you're going to install the canister to the stove. With this, you're going to want to start threading this right first. Once you have that started to be threaded, you're going to want to make sure to spin this pretty quick so you don't get a whole bunch of back spray. Something that I didn't mention before this, before you're actually putting all this together, make sure that this valve right here is closed. Just make sure, give it a tiny turn to the right. Now that this is all set up, we are using our windscreen and then also our base right here. Give us a little bit more of a solid base, and this is going to be something very good for fuel efficiency because everything's going to get hotter a little bit quicker just because all of this is going to be bouncing the heat back to our pan here. Now, how to start this stove? Grab the trusty bag here. Going to be using just a basic lighter, and then for the instructions on how to use this, basically if you turn this knob right here, your fuel adjustment towards you or to the left, that is going to be gas on. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to light your lighter first, right next to the unit, kind of the holes right below there. Light your lighter and then turn the fuel on. Easy as that. So at this point right here, we're going to be boiling water. So I'm going to get this stove pretty hot, and then we're going to go ahead and show you guys the next step in how to use this stove. There's a couple different methods to use this stove. One is just in this canister upright position. This is going to be very good for simmering veggies or more so sauteing veggies or simmering rice. But if we want to get as much heat as this stove will put out, there is also this little dongle right here. So with this, how it works is you put this directly onto the fuel regulator. Just clips right down. Sometimes that gives a little bit of a fuss. But just keep that there. We're going to heat this up for a couple more seconds and then get going. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and put about half a liter of water into my pan. Got the Alpine set by MSR, great cook set. Not non-stick, so be careful if you're doing anything sticky like eggs or potatoes. About half a liter of water right there. I usually use for my morning coffee. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and set the windscreen right over top of everything. Use my pot grippers right here to help get this set right on the stove. Very good. Make sure everything's stable here. We're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and also put the lid right on the pot. Once again, that's going to be something that's just going to help conserve that fuel and get that to a boil a little bit quicker. Now, one other thing that we had mentioned, putting this into the liquid fuel mode, or basically just inverting the can. So right now, all of the fuel is getting vaporized in the can and it's being pushed out through the pressure in the can. If we flip this upside down, you will hear an audible change in the sound of just how the flames are just really roaring. So I'm going to flip this upside down. There we go. So now that this is upside down, there is liquid fuel being kind of passed right through our braided cable right here. Really nice thing on that is, especially if you're in a low fuel situation or if it's really cold out, this is going to be a great way to get a little bit more use out of your canister. Here we're going to give it a minute, get this up to a boil. And as you will see, this is a process that does not take much time. We are already at a boil for half a liter of water. Pretty quick overall. Now, when we are done with all of the setup right here, we're done boiling our water, we can go through and turn off all of our fuel right here. I'm going to go ahead and flip this back right side up. Turn the fuel toward me. Turn the fuel away from me, to the right. Very good. Now that our stove is off, I'm going to go ahead, take our pan right off here. Going to take the lid off first. Then just gonna take this off. Now this is good to be put in coffee or really whatever you're looking to do with boiled water. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and let everything cool off. We were just dealing with a little bit of fire, so everything's gonna be hot. Be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, been about 5 minutes now. This has all had a little bit of a chance to cool. Now it is time for teardown. All we have to do, take our windscreen off. All that just bends back together. Right here, we've got our stove. It's not hot, super nice on that. Set that down. We're going to go ahead, fold base back up. With this right here, just take one side off, followed by the other. Comes off just like so. Then key thing on this, just like as we were putting it on, make sure that when you take this off, you unscrew this fairly quick so you don't have a whole bunch of backlash. There we go. At this point right here, I always have a habit of keeping a little black thing. It's just the cover, just so we don't get any dirt right in here. Set that off to the side. Gonna go ahead, fold up our stove. That all can go right back in the bag. And that is how to successfully use the WindPro 2. If you enjoyed this video and would like more content, like, comment, and subscribe below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.